All right, guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. It is nice to see everyone here again. Again, if you guys like my content, please like, subscribe, share, leave me some feedback. For today's topic, it is easier said than done. Hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So, like I mentioned, the topic for today is easier said than done. And I believe I kind of went over this topic a couple of months ago, but I want to be a little bit more organized this time. So going through it, I have some bullet points that I want to hit. First thing is starting off as discipline. It's always easier to tell everyone in your life that you're going to do A, B, and C than actually doing A, B, and C. Because sometimes we do A and then we wait. They go to B, go back to A again, and then go to C. and then go back to A, and it's just a inconsistent cycle that we're having in our life. That thing hurts us the most because without discipline, there's no structure in your life. There's nothing that you can hold yourself accountable for. Like by the end of the half year, I want to make sure I'm here, and it doesn't have to be also set in stone. It can be like a mental thing, but doing what you have to do at the end of the day is a big key to keeping yourself disciplined every day. And I'm not talking about just working out. I'm not talking about just work. It could be a number of things. It could be how much time you spend on your phone, how much money you're spending out to eat. If you're going out every single weekend, there's these little things that people don't think about when it comes to discipline. And like I said, it's easier said than done. You could tell yourself, like after a huge hangover, I don't ever going to drink. I'm never going to drink again. And you're just saying that in the moment. So keep yourself accountable for those little small things that you're working on. Discipline does take a big part of being easier said than done. But once you put it into action, there it becomes more of a comfort zone. I know a lot of us, when growing up, we had this trauma, so we used little things to comfort us, and we would kind of reflect back on those to keep ourselves happy. Why not use the good type of discipline rather than the bad type of discipline that you got when growing up to motivate yourself rather than using the scare discipline that you had growing up? You give yourself positive discipline, positive reward at the end of your discipline. You reward yourself with something that you haven't had in a while. If it's working out, it's maybe cutting out sugar completely. And then let's say that you do it for a whole week. Give yourself a snack, give yourself a candy, full bag, and just go crazy on it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the thing that people don't think about when they think about discipline. right, guys, just continuing where I had left off. So the next bullet point that I wanted to talk about when it's on the topic of it's easier said than done is communication. Communication is a big part of life. You don't understand how many times that I could have got the help that I needed if I would have just communicated. Um, my life wasn't that great, and I don't put anyone on blame for that. But holding on to it, you have to put blame on yourself. If you decide that you're going to keep holding on to your trauma, then that's on you. But if you decide that you're finally going to reach out to someone and just talk to them, or just vent, not even talk, then that's something else you have to really, really put a lot of effort into. I have a support group that I didn't have before, and some part is my wife, some part is the pastors, my stepdad. It's a lot of little things that I can go to on specific topics, and I can go and talk to them. But if you don't make that effort, that's never going to happen. Stop telling yourself that you're going to do it and you don't do it. Just just try it. Because if you don't try it, then you never know what can happen. Yes, there are some people out there that want to get you, but at the end of the day, you're trying to repair what issues you had in the past. And the only way that you're going to do that is if you talk it out. Talking to yourself is amazing and you feel confident with yourself, but don't let it be your last resort. Talk to someone if you need to reach out. Don't. What did there was a saying it says, "I would rather hear it from you than hear it at your funeral," and that really stuck with me because I had suicide thoughts for a long time growing up, and it's not worth it. It's once you get to that point of no return, you just don't even want to try it no more, and it's sad. But I put myself there, and I thank God that He took me out because He gave me the resources that I needed to keep moving forward and keep talking and keep communicating and be with the right people at the right time and not just keep holding on to everything that I was holding on to. Don't just say that you're going to do it, actually do it and just give it a shot. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is that the person that you're talking to doesn't want to hear what you have to say. And at that point, you can understand what type of person they really are. So, right there, it's two birds with one stone. You talk it out, and then you find out if that's a real person that you want to keep in your life. And then let's say that they do want to be in your life. They're going to give you that support. They're going to message you randomly and say, "Hey, how are you doing today? Hey, I know you talked about this the other month. How are you doing? I just want a quick update." Things like that are the stuff that I try to do in my life, and I want you guys to try to do the same. Alright guys, so we are finishing up the video for today. And Running over the last bullet point for today, the topic of it's easier said than done. Run towards the things that make you scared. Growing up, it was the hardest thing for me to go to someone and talk to them about how I was feeling. It was hard for me to express those emotions. It was hard for me to do anything with my life because I just didn't feel like I was okay. I didn't feel like I was ready. I didn't feel like I was at that point yet. And I kept telling myself, I want to get better. I want to be better. I want to do better. And I wasn't just hurting myself, I was hurting everyone around me. And at one point, someone in my school, when I was in middle school, had took their life. And it was varsity football player or something like that. Not to be mean or anything, I just didn't know a little bit about it, but I heard their story was their note was saying that they didn't have anyone to talk to. They felt so much pressure on themselves, and they just couldn't do it anymore. And it felt so hard to be able to hear that because whether you're doing super successful or you're doing nothing, it's still the same thing. You have to be able to talk it out, with people. And I was I want to be able to build that in my life. I want to be able to talk to people more and do more, and not just say that I'm going to do it and tell myself every day that I'm going to get better and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I actually want to build those in my life. So when we look back at what we were talking about today, discipline, running towards the things that make you scared, it's all around. It's not easy, but it's worth it. It's worth the extra. It's worth the extra work to do stuff like this because who knows who's out there right now working on themselves? Who knows if what I say can help someone? Because that's what I've heard before. I've heard that several times before. That your videos have helped me get through some of my hardest times because I didn't think anyone in this world was going through what I was going through. And that's where I want to end it off for today. Sorry if I was getting a little emotional, but I do like bringing up these topics because these are topics that need to be said. They need to be heard. They need to be listened to. If you guys like it, please like, subscribe, send me a message. You're good, man. And God bless you guys, and I will see you on the next one.